I have no idea why it's the wrong way around, you stupid phone. Let's try that. It doesn't like it. YouTube's starting to do something with these phones. Anyway, let's set the tripod up differently for this morning. My sincere apologies, people. There we go. Honestly, that sunshine's horrific. Running late, and I have a story behind that. Man, this is all very weird. It's not how I normally do it. There we go. That's a bit better. I'm going to move around this way. I want to get the background of the shop for you. But we'll just do that. That'll work. Roger Heaps. Good morning, Andy and crew. Roger, apologies for the fact we're on portrait today. For some unknown reason, the live stream wouldn't let me do anything else. Yes, I am, honey. Running late. So there's a story behind it. Oh, this is... Honestly, everything that possible could be going wrong is going wrong this morning. And a message to the council here in Christchurch that designed the flow of traffic. If all you have is one-way streets, all going in the same direction, it's just impossible to get to where you want to be. And there's the rant for you, because I like to have a rant every now and again. Pie shop, right? I went to a pie shop this morning. I seeked out the pie shop. I chose a very nice pie shop to go to, so the recommendations were. And the pie shop was called, let me find the picture, because I took a picture, I was angry about it. The butcher's shop. Nothing to do with the individual at the front. Can you see that? I don't know, honestly. There. The butcher's shop, right? Why would you have a pie shop in a pedestrian precinct where you cannot get to it to buy your pie? Unbelievable. So I go round and round and round Christchurch because of the one-way system. Round and round and round. The car's telling me to turn right, and all the signs are saying one-way street, you can't turn right. So obviously the map in the car isn't correct either. It's like donkey's years old. So that was pissing me off. And then eventually I think, right, okay, bin the car. I've got to walk there. And time's ticking away, right? We've got a live stream. So I decide to walk. It's about a 5-minute walk. I get there. Googly says it's open at 8 o'clock. There's a young lady in the shop. The doors are locked. And she's just making the pies. They weren't even in the oven. They were never going to be ready for an 8 o'clock opening. So I had to abort mission. And had already paid for parking, because of course Christchurch charges you for everything. They'll be charging you for air shortly. So I aborted mission. I went to the Old Faithful, and we went to the BP. Look, you see, you come to a BP, you get the pie you want. And yeah, I know those that just joined us going, Andy, why are you filming in portrait and not landscape? I have no idea. Speak to YouTube about it, because for some unknown reason it would not allow me to film in landscape this morning. It's done this a few times now and I don't know what's going on. It's really annoying. Anyway, give me a second to get set up. I've got a coffee, I've got a pie, I've got a full packet of cigarettes, and we can chill out, because man, I'm not happy. This morning was just pants. Got up early. Why are you not working? Come on. Honestly, where's the internet gone these days? It's very slow. I'm getting my pie. Hang on. Oh, now you wake up. Jeez. So yeah, it's been a very strange trip, this one. There's been lots of disasters along the way. It all started off with oh my god, all the adverts, go away, I don't want adverts. It started off with that first road accident just south of Blenheim, and then there was a bus blown over near Tim. Honestly, you don't turn your laptop on for a week, you just get bombarded by crap. Yeah, bus got blown off the road. Then we had an earthquake in Dunedin. and many other things. And thank God for that. There we go. 18 watching, fantastic.
Australia.
Whoa! Shush! Shush! The battery's alright, that's good. So yeah, what happened next on the epic adventure? Well, 2 motorcyclists nearly got blown into an Armco barrier because it was really windy. It didn't really involve me, but I was dealing with the aftermath. Why would I want to be... Oh, look at that, honestly. My sincere apologies about the camera being that way around. It's just dumb. It really is. Anyway, so there I am, taking a trailer up the Crown Range. Now, going up the Crown Range is just fine. No problems at all. Don't really need brakes to go up a Crown Range. But, coming back... and it's a switchback. If you just Google Crown Range, Queenstown, you'll find it, right? And coming back, the trailers, I mean the trailer, this is the one we did the brakes on. It wasn't the trailer brakes that were the problem, it was the brakes on the ute. And coming down, and I was taking it steady, coming down, about second to last corner, and they're all switchbacks, and they're all pretty tight, they're all like 15 k's an hour, you can't go very fast. I was having to press extremely hard on the brake pedal to slow the machine down. I really was. Now, being a manual, it wouldn't have been a problem, you know, just knock it down to first, you know, plenty of engine braking. The old Safari would have done it, no problem at all. This thing, the Ranger, is an auto gearbox. And by the last corner, we were pretty much hanging off the handbrake trying to slow down. We had the auto box in what they call the manual setting, which is complete rubbish. Holding it in first, engine's revving its nuts off. I'm waiting for that to blow up, but then you get a long straight. It's not too steep, but it's long. And then there's a stop sign at the bottom, a junction that's a stop onto a main road, and it's as busy can be. And there's no real run out. It's like a 90 right and then straight immediately on the T-junction. And if you don't stop there, you're right in the middle of the traffic. So it was a bit touch and go as I was approaching the junction. And I tried to stay off the brakes as much as I could and just use engine braking for that whole run down, to try and get the thing slowed down and cool the brakes down a bit. And as I was approaching the T-junction, there was a car waiting to pull out. And I'm telling you now, if he hadn't have pulled out as I was approaching, I'd have gone into the back of him. I needed that extra 3 or 4 meters to get stopped. And even then I went just over the line a little bit. I wasn't quite in the oncoming traffic, but no, as close as you could get, to be honest. It really was. Anyway, my sincere apologies about the stupid portrait screen today. I blame YouTube. For some reason it kept saying you've got to turn on your auto rotate. The auto rotate on the phone is on, Mr. YouTube, and it wouldn't accept it. So we've had a couple of problems before, which for some unknown reason they managed to sort themselves out before I went live. This time round, just didn't want to know, to be honest. Maybe I should have closed the app and restarted again, I don't know. But anyway, it was just a pain in the arse. Roger, good morning Andy and crew. Good morning Roger, my rant is over. George Body 90, hello everybody, big thumbs up. Good morning George. Yes, you've got the normal Andy back now. Peter Swatman, hey Andy and crew, good morning Peter. Welcome to a very sunny, although a little bit chilly Christchurch. Simon Raw, morning Andy and crew, good morning Simon. Simon, if you ever come to New Zealand, to Christchurch, do not under any circumstances go to the Butcher's Pie Shop in Christchurch. They'll probably be closed, and if they are open, all the pies will still be made. So, absolutely pointless. It's in a pedestrian precinct, and you can't even get there with your car. Complete waste of time. Anyway, Kenneth Duran. Hey, Andy. Good morning, Kenneth. Apologies, sir. Andy's been having a rant. MF50B. Now then, Andy. Everyone well? Yeah, I was in a really good mood when I jumped in the truck this morning. I had plenty of time. It was, I was like 20 minutes ahead of schedule. I thought, perfect. We'll find a nice pie shop. We'll do a bit of background filming in Christchurch city centre where there isn't quite so much strong sun that's going on here. It's pretty horrific. But I might even move over there, actually. I don't know where I'm going to get a better shadow from. Bear with me. So behind me, oh, is that going to be any better? I don't think it is it? Now, it is what it is. We'll stay over here. So behind me is a V8 performance muscle car shop. So we'll have a little look in the window once I finish my cigarette, and you can see what you can spot. Looks pretty cool. I've seen it a few times. Never been in because I don't have a V8 anymore. My V8 was a Russian ZIL 131. That's about as good as I got to a V8. JG, it's 8:35 in the UK. Hey up, it is. It's your evening. I'm in the future here. It's my Sunday morning. We're always in the future, but I can't give you the lottery numbers. They've told me not to do that. Connor K, good morning Andy and crew. Sorry I missed the last 5 live streams. Every country's seasonal time change happens to be a different week or month. It'd be so much better if they got their act together, wouldn't it? Connor, I totally agree. It's just a nightmare when we go through this period of time when we all try and catch up and stabilise, and then it all happens again, doesn't it? JG, Saturday night still in the UK. GB, it is. Hi mum. Now then, hang on, bear with me. Oh jeez, I can't. Tessafun, I can't pronounce that. You are a really nice teacher, helping us in different aspects. Thank you very much. Sorry I can't pronounce your name. It's a monster, is that one. I'll just call you Tessafun. So Tessafun, thank you very much. Really appreciate it that you enjoy the videos. There's lots of them on the channel. Feel free to peruse. And if you want to email me, if you've got any questions, just click them through to andymechanic@live.co.uk, and I'll try my best to get to you. I've been ridiculously busy the last few weeks, and I really need a holiday. Hang on a minute. Simon, have you dyed your hair, or is it just the light today? Oh, I don't know. Oh, look at that. A bit shiny, isn't it? Maybe. Got bored yesterday. Now then, Banana Brooks. Portrait is okay on the phone, not so good on the telly. I know, YouTube, mate. I'm sorry. Well, it's either YouTube or it's the phone, or it's a combination of both. I've used the same phone for every single live stream from day one, and for some unknown reason, today it's playing up. So, apologies. We've had it once before. I'm sure it'll happen again. Marcin, hello, and oh, hang on. Hello, Andy, and chat from already sleeping Poland. What a weather. It's beautiful. It is. It's lovely down here. It's really nice. But it's not often we do a live stream from a BP car park, basically. And yes, I'm far enough away with a cigarette. Don't worry. I'm actually on different premises at the moment, so we're all good. Igors Dubrovskis. Hi, people to all. Hello, Igors. Marcin, Andy. Roger D. Hang on, we've got all sorts going on now. No, I don't want to do that. Don't want to go to a channel. Jeez, stop it. Igor Dvoskis, question. Can you pull the engine head off a Suzuki GSX 1100 F Katana without dropping the engine out of the frame? I don't know, but Simon will. Simon, over to you, sir. Banana Brooks. Igor, haven't been asked this before. Answer is yes, but take the valve cover off, cam chain guide and cams out. There you go. Very distinct answer there. So yes, you can. Bit of a mission. Igor, my engine is leaking oil out of the return pipes. Seems to be a bad O-ring. What a mission if you just got to fix an O-ring. Holy crap. Over Jane Governor. Good evening, Andy. How are you doing? Watching from South Africa. Well, hello, Vijayant. Apologies for the very, very narrow little screen. It's a problem with the phone. Apologies. But we hopefully will not have the same problem next time. Thanks. Hey, no problem, matey. No problem at all. It's very strange watching my live stream on this little tiny box on the screen. Yes. At least the lighting's good anyway. So I bet you want to have a little wander around. I don't know if you can turn the, yes, I can turn the camera around. Yes, I can. Have a little wander through the windows of this shop, and we can talk about bits and pieces. Right, bear with me. Turning around. 3, 2, 1, boom. Well, that worked. At least something worked. Right, where should we start? Over here. Now, first of all, first observation is they don't clean their windows at all. So apologies for that. It does get a bit better further down once we get out of the sunshine. But it's even struggling to focus. But yeah, you've got all the performance seats and K&N filters. Coming down here, look. Oh, yes. Intercoolers. Very good. Oh, a radiator there, look. Very good. And some band clamps. And what do we got at the back? We've got, oh yes, the huge big bore mufflers, exhaust pipes, the silencers. Look at those. Your car would look so much faster with those on, wouldn't it? And we've got some carbs and throttle bodies in there and blow-off valves. They love their blow-off valves on the Subarus over here. They really, really, really do. What have we got in there? Oh, he's got some lights on, look. Oh, maybe that's just sunshine. There you go, look. So, lots of reflection going on. Apologies. There's the ute. Dum, 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 dum. And you've got all the different oils on there on the rack. I haven't been in. It looks quite an amazing place, to be honest. I think down here, oh, we've got an axle down there, look. Big old banjo axle with a diff. But half the diff's missing. It's just a casing. No crown wheel. What else have we got? Some kind of pipe, some kind of tank there, look. Hiding around. We've got a gentleman turn up, proving what it was. Oh yes, look at that. So we've got a, what looks like a V8, some kind of old V8. Somebody might recognise it. Very cool. Crated engines. Oh, they're $21,499 for that one. For a blueprint engine. In the crate. We've got a few more over here, look. Look at this. 31,000. 41,000 for that one. Bloody hell. All sorts of stuff. Man, the windows are horrific. Absolutely horrendous. And there's another one down there, look. Huge V8 there, sat on the crate. Can't quite see the price for that one. Let's have a look. $35,500 for an engine. Bloody hell. Not small change. And all the different sumps hanging up there, look. Can you see those? If I can just... There you are, look. See all the sumps hanging up? All the different sumps. Pretty cool. What have we got up in the rafters? No. Way too much. There you are, look. More sumps along the top. All sorts of stuff. Yeah, look, open now. Not today. Sunday. Nobody does Sundays. Very good. Right, we'll head back. Turn you around. 3, 2, 1, boom. Okay, so a quick whiz round the shop. I don't think he's going to open today. If he does, we'll have a wander inside. We can do a live stream from the inside, but I don't think he is. Right, pie time. Now, pretty standard issue stuff. We've got the Wild Bean Cafe, pepper steak, almost a go-to pie. I decided not to go for the steak and cheese today. It's already getting cold. Okay, where did we get to? Oh, hang on. Simon, I don't know either. Wow. Caught you out there, Simon. I thought you'd have known that. Marcin. We do now, though. We know that bit. Also, I have plans to clean my Saab intake manifold from carbon residue. Any tips on what to use? Chemical, mechanic, thanks. Oh, I'm sure there's plenty of different sprays out there. Probably throttle body cleaner would be quite good for that. Are you taking it off to clean it? You could use bicarbonate of soda. I think that would work. Or you could leave it in some Coca-Cola overnight. That's usually pretty good too. Doesn't do your teeth any good though. Banana Brooks. Igor, do you mean the oil cooler pipes? Oh, hang on. hang on, we've got all sorts going on. Mayor, happy weekend all. Happy weekend, Wade. Thanks for joining us, matey. Virginia Governor Andy, is it cold by you? No, it's not cold. It's not really cold at all now. The sun shines out. It's actually pretty warm. I'm only wearing my jacket, my head mechanic jacket, because I haven't got a shirt with me this time around. Otherwise, I'd just be wearing a shirt. Igors, Banana Brooks, no. The two weird shaped ones that come out of the underside of the head and run into the oil pump. I have one on the upper side leaking. So you can't get to that without taking the head off, is that right? That's pretty harsh. Simon, is the oil cooler takeoff not a bolt on part? You'd think so, wouldn't you? You wouldn't think you have to take the whole head off to do that. Oh golly, go away. Right, there we are. All sorts happening. Oh, stop it. Oh no, we don't want that. Just press the button. There we are. Wow. Crazy. Oh, okay, bear with me. We've lost everything now. Jeez. Unbelievable. We're going to get an advert now. So, high time. Dum 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 dum, nearly there. Boom. Right. Two hands, do it the old way. Touch screens are not the best things in the world. Igors, looks like it can't be done without pulling the head off and changing all the gaskets. That's ridiculous. Wade, LM, LS by the valve covers. See, you guys recognise that stuff. I have no idea. I don't really get involved with that kind of thing. Don't watch the camera because it's a very slim little picture at the moment. Roger Heaps, just throw that blueprint engine on the ute for my Camaro, mate. A bit heavy. Banana Brooks. The oil runs down the outer stud holes. The nuts have a special Doughty style washer. Buy these from Mr. Suzuki. Igors, Debroskis, Simon Roll. These are not the oil cooler pipes. They have aluminium crush washers. Ah, okay. Faux Robir. Trudeau must go. Oh, okay. Whatever that means. Igors, Banana Brooks. No, there are two return pipes that run into the oil pump. Dave 123. I was just watching the latest Triumph Bonneville video. Some shoddy wiring on that bike. Come on, it's one of Alan's bikes. What else do you expect but shoddy wiring? And it's not him that's done it, by the way. Hope the transmission goes well. It will. I'm sure it'll go well. And the reason for that is nearly every single part in that transmission is going to have to be replaced. The next video is already in the can with Stu. I did that down in Invercargill a couple of weeks ago. It's all edited up. It's already uploaded. All I've got to do is release it. It'll go out next week. It's the last one that I've edited to release. Really cool video. Stu is honestly, he's a real guru on those old Triumph engines, and it was an absolute pleasure to spend, well, basically 12 hours with him, 10 or 12 hours that day. He cooked me a really nice meal that night as well. Top bloke, him and his wife. But the stories that he was telling us were really, really cool, and he just knows his stuff. He really does. He's a top bloke, and it was a pleasure to get him on camera, to be fair. He was a bit dubious at the start, but it didn't take long, and he just ignored the camera and got on with it. He was just talking to me, and it was fantastic. Now, Marcin, yes, I am taking off. I tried with intake spray. Oh yeah, you are taking it off. Good. I tried with intake spray cleaners, but I'm afraid it doesn't clean the swirl flaps as I wanted. I feel the resistance when trying to move the hinge by hand. So it's seized on like little pivots. Is it almost like a butterfly? I think you'll have to maybe try and submerge it and soak it for a while, and then just work it in. Just keep moving them by hand. Simon, the best way to see if you need to pull the head is using a parts diagram. Parts diagrams are very useful to help to see how things go together as well. Igor Dobroskis, I think no one is understanding where the pipes are. Could you show an image? But seems not to be possible on a live stream. No, you could Facebook message me the image, and then I can show the image to everybody through the live stream. That's probably that's how we normally do it. Jizu Degans. Martin, the only way to clean tumble valves, swirl flaps, is to scrap and clean. Never gets done properly. What? Oh, scrape and clean. Never gets done properly. Martin, that's what I thought. Thanks, mate. Dave 123. Who's that Ben fella in your last video? Is he related to you? You guys look like family. Oh, such a detective. Yes, Benjamin is my son, and that's why he looks a lot like me, but just a lot younger. Ben's a top lad. He's been working as a bicycle mechanic for the last 15 years, and he's a very, very good bicycle mechanic. Knows a lot about e-bikes, does a lot of training as well, and he's just good at fixing stuff, you know. He's currently doing a rebuild on a TDR 250 as well. He's learning a lot more about motorbikes now. He sandblasted his frame, sprayed the frame a few weeks ago, and he's just been doing the engine recently, so he's well on with that project. Not a cheap project though on one of those bikes now. Oh, that noise that you can hear in the background is a car wash, by the way. Oh, don't want that. Oh no, don't keep doing that. Hang on, bear with me. I think we just zoomed down. Yes, we have. There we are. No, right, we're just going to scroll down a bit. Banana Brooks. Igor, what year is your Katana 1100? Didn't you mention that earlier on? Can't remember. Simon, been asked to do a good little project. Had a lad in a wheelchair wants a rack made up to put his wheelchair on the trike. What a cool idea. Good on him. Yes, Simon, you should do that. That'd be a great idea. It's always nice to help people like that. It really is. It's a 1993. Okay. Anon. Are you British? I'm a Yorkshireman. Yes. From Yorkshire, in England. Banana Brooks, yes, 93. Jizu Degans. I meant scrap. As in take apart as far as you can. Oh, okay, dismantle. Because scrap in English means put it in the bin. Or there is a word called scrape, where you scrape away the material. So there, hence the confusion. As in take apart as far as you can, otherwise nothing really gets in there to clean it properly. Understood. Banana Brooks, was that Ben's bottom yoke in the press he was frightening us all with? It was an bottom yoke, yes. Something that he was going to be using on his build. Jizu, and you are very welcome, Marcin. There you go. I think we've caught up. So yes, Ben is very dangerous when it comes to using a press, unfortunately. But he is getting there slowly. Bear with me. So, we've done... Oh, yes, going on with the brake side of it. So, we were talking about the story of the brakes on the ute, towing the trailer. So I've come down the windings, survived. I call it the windings, the switchbacks on the Crown Range, on the Queenstown end, and they sort of cooled down and they weren't too bad. They were sort of tolerable. I mean, I've driven stuff with a lot worse brakes, but they were significantly worse than they used to be. And the pedal was a little bit low as well, you know, sort of indicating I think that the rear shoes weren't adjusted properly. Now, bear in mind, this vehicle went in for a service only 2 weeks beforehand, and they're given the remit to do everything it needs. No questions asked, just get on with it, make it right. Prepare it for the next 15,000 kilometres. And drive it around, and then my ute started to get borrowed by other team members to do stuff, to run around. It was sort of the shop truck for a few days. And everybody that drove it complained that the brakes were really bad, Andy, you got to get them fixed. And I was like, okay. But I'm a long way from home. I'll get them done when I get back. I'm going up to Auckland on the 16th of October. I'll get them fixed then. And they're like, well, you've got a long way to go before then, Andy, and you're towing a trailer. And to be fair, the trailer brakes are not brilliant because they're not as powerful as they used to be because of the resistance values of the electromagnets that we covered in the video. So, one particular individual borrowed my ute, I'm not going to mention any names, and brought it back within 5 minutes and said he couldn't drive it because it had no brakes, and I had to get them fixed. So I decided that was a good idea, and I rang the local Ford dealership, who were already stacked out in their workshop, and I said to them, look, all I need is a hoist, really. I'm quite happy to do the work myself, it's not a problem. I had a spare day. They said, no, we can't do that. So fair enough, that's all right, understood. I'm not going to argue about it, it's your hoist. And I explained the situation to them, and they made time the following day in the afternoon for me for a technician to do all the work, which was great because, you know, it saves me getting my hands dirty. The brakes had got so hot that the dust seals on the front calipers had melted. Yes, they got extremely hot. And the brakes were already below their minimum, sorry, the brake discs were below their minimum serviceable thickness. So we decided to fit new discs, new pads, obviously give it a brake fluid change, and overhaul the rear brakes while we're in there. It didn't require new shoes, they just serviced it all up, cleaned up the drums, and of course did a manual adjustment, and they are a million times better. And they've been getting better ever since. So yes, it was a good idea. I feel a lot happier now. I was having to leave very long distances between me and cars in front and prepare for junctions way in advance. And to be fair, if I'd had to do an emergency stop, it would more likely have been an emergency gentle slowdown, really. So it was a good idea to get done. And you know, end of the day, it's not me that has to pay for it. So quite happy to have it sorted out. But we've done now nearly 4,000 Ks. Yeah, nearly 4,000 kilometres now into this trip. The trailer's back at the hotel where I'm staying. I picked that up. Well, I'll hitch it back up again tomorrow morning when I start to head north again. I'm going to a little place called Rangiora first thing. And then in the afternoon, heading over to Hammer Springs. Hammer Springs is a really nice place. Good pubs in Hammer Springs, so I'll be able to chill out a bit there, get some more work done, get caught up, because that's one of the problems when you're on the road like this for so long, is the admin side of things tends to get pushed to one side. There's very little time for admin, so I end up doing it early mornings and up until probably, I usually give up about 10 o'clock. It's just, you can't think straight after that. But I have been known to be doing admin work till midnight, which is just mental, to be honest. And then from Hammer Springs, I head over to Nelson. I'll be in Nelson for a couple of nights. And then over to catch the ferry on the Thursday morning. And then I get into a little place called, well, I get into Wellington about tea time. Over the hill to, more hills. Over the hill to Greytown, staying in Greytown. And then Friday should be a reasonably relaxed drive from Greytown home. It's about 5 hours drive time to get home. So hopefully, honey, I'll be home around about 3 o'clock, 3:30 on the Friday. We'll park the ute, and that's it. No work, no nothing. That's the start of my weekend as far as I'm concerned. It's been a very, very intensive, it'll be 5 weeks by the time I get home. I'll be on the road for 5 weeks, near enough. 5 weeks bar 2 days, I think it works out to be. And yeah, miss home. Miss me workshop, miss Mrs. Mechanic, miss Marmite. I miss stopping. and been in the same place for a reasonable period of time rather than rushing around all the time. The week, well, I did 9 days in Queenstown. Sounds fantastic, doesn't it? All expenses paid. 9 days in Queenstown, Andy. Should be lapping it up. But there were very, very, very busy and very, very long days in Queenstown. And as a team, we were entertaining guests from all over the world, really. Philippines. And then we did that for a few days. We were doing off-road driving and e-bikes and quad biking and all sorts. We had all that going on in the background. And I was there to provide technical support for all the vehicles. There was a lot of vehicles in use all the time. We had one gentleman had a little bit of a mishap on an e-bike, so that involved taking him to hospital while he was holding his face together. Don't like blood. Luckily, he didn't get any blood on the inside of my car, which is nice. He did a good job. But that was 2 hours waiting at hospital for them to sew him back together. Great fun. So it was just very full on, and of course every evening we're out entertaining and drinking and having, you know, lots of food, and it sounds fantastic, but day after day after day, man, it's hard work. It really is. You know, you're up again at 6 in the morning, and we don't get finished till most evenings 10, maybe 11 o'clock at night if we're entertaining. So it's hard. It is. And then back to my normal duties. And I've got, you know, while all that's going on, I've got all the emails and the phone calls still coming in from the network to look after as well. It's a very demanding job, and I'm really feeling it at the moment. Now, Martin, are you there for any reason, Andy? Will you show us the shop tour, or it's just random parking lot? Oh, you've missed it. I'm a bit disappointed because the glass windows on this particular shop are ones that haven't been washed for many years, and even the camera was struggling to focus on the items inside the store and was much happier to focus on the window itself. If you go back, once the live stream is finished, if you go back, there is a little pokey through the window at a few of the things that are in the store. It's basically performance products for V8 and muscle cars, and, well, any kind of performance car really, I suppose. It's not just the V8s. If you've got your Subaru with a turbo on, you can go and buy a blow-off valve. I'm sure we'll happy to sell you one of those. Simon, where's the links to the bearings? Were the links to the bearings of any use? Yes and no. They were, for sure. I've tried to get Dinesh to do the bearing stuff. He reckons he's got it sorted out now. We made the decision, rightly or wrongly, it was just getting too complicated, trying to source the imperial size bearings that we needed. So we decided to bin that idea and just go with metric sizes that we know, because the shaft, the idea of the bearings, we can make suit anyway on the shaft somewhere around about 22-23 mil, and the OD, it turns out we're going to have to get the casing of the steering box machined anyway. We could not get the right size imperial OD bearing with the idea that we wanted, so we binned that idea. He's going for metric. We're going to get the box machined out to take the metric OD, which I think it's about 46 point something, so I think he's going for like 47 mil, so it'll only be a fraction we've got to take out. I'm not sure if Sheldon's on board today actually or not, but I'm going to send the box down to Sheldon when I get back, and we're going to get Sheldon to all the machining that we need to be done, because he understands what needs to be done. It's just easier, and then he can ship it back up to me and I can reassemble it, and then it's job done basically. It seems to be dragging on enormously, and I don't think I've ever had this kind of problem trying to source bearings before. It just, I mean, to be fair, I've not really spent much time on it myself. Again, I've been leaving Dinesh to do that, because he's quite capable and he needs to learn a bit more about bearings and bearing suppliers and different sizes, that kind of thing. So it's good learning for him. And I've been really busy, to be fair. Now then, so thank you, Simon. Really appreciate that. I did forward the links to Dinesh. Hi, goes the Broskis. Andy sent you a picture. Don't know if to the right message again. We'll find out. Hang on. Oh, there you go. You got the right one, I think. Where is it? Where is it? Bear with me, people, because I can't find it. It definitely came in. Hang on. It might be on a different account. In which case, I've got to go onto Facebook, haven't I, and change the account. Oh, this is a ball ache. Nope, not on that. That one. Let's try this one. It might be in this one. Hang on a minute. Just bear with me. It takes a bit of time to do all this. Go on to that one. Do a search. There. Hi Andy, I got here. There is a picture of the pipes. Tap to see blurred filter. What? Thanks. I'm going to send a message back. There we go. Then I can see the picture. Right. It's going to be really bad to see. I know it is. There you go. Look. Right. Can you make that out? Maybe I can just zoom it up a little bit. There you go. Does that make any sense to anybody? I can't really see it myself at the moment. There you go. Modern technology, aren't we? Amazing. Okay, there goes. There you go. It's got out to the world. Let's see what comes back. Oh, yeah. What the hell? Are you sure you got to take the head off to do that? I don't think so. No, surely not. That would be silly. That would be very silly. Right, hang on. We've got all sorts going on today. Oh, Roger's 9-week. Oh, here we go. We've got puppy pictures. 9-week-old puppy. Look at the size of that thing. He's a monster. You don't really get the sizing on there. That's a massive basket. Hang on. I don't know why my phone's like this at the moment. It's just ridiculous. Twizzle. Yeah. Yeah. That's more like it. There you go, look. Doggy pictures coming in. Big dog, growing dog, big dog, growing dog. Very cool, Roger, thank you. We got there in the end, didn't we? Stupid phones. Where do we get to? Trying to get it on the screen, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Simon, will Sheldon make a video? I hope so, that'd be really cool. We were doing the timing on a particular motorcycle, and the viewing window to see the marking, the TDC marking on the flywheel, I'm not kidding, right, it was like an 8mm hole, 6mm hole. It was tiny, and both of us, you know, we're not young sprightly things anymore. We were both struggling to see the mark on the flywheel, and if you use the torch, all you did was blind yourself, because the flywheel was so shiny on this particular bike that it just glared back at you. So I came up with a cunning plan, and I got my tripod out of the ute, and I used the phone that I'm using now for the live stream, and I set it all up so it was nice and static, it was held properly, and basically focused on the flywheel through the hole had the phone pretty close, and then zoomed in using the phone. And I'm not kidding, it was brilliant. It was like absolutely perfect. You could see exactly what was going on. Sheldon was like, man, that's a good idea. And I said, well, every now and again I have good ideas. It's not often, but you know, I do my best. But I was actually quite impressed with myself, to be fair. I couldn't believe how well it had worked. So if you need to do anything like that, really good tip. Here we go. Jim Haynes. I know I'm late. It's all right. I was nearly late this morning as well. I really couldn't believe I got out on time. But it looks like you are in front of an American car speed shop. Yes, there are many parts through those on the other side of those windows. Crated engines. We've got oh man, there's turbos, there's pipes, there's blow-off valves, there's silencers, there's all sorts of stuff. Header pipes. It's just a very cool shop. Unfortunately closed today. I've not had the chance to have a wander around yet. Maybe next time I'm down in Christchurch during the week, I will definitely make some time to do that. Maybe try and do a bit of filming for you. Now then, I goes, yes, the pipes are held down only from the pressure of the head. What? Each end has one O-ring and no screws to hold them. Stupid, but Suzuki did it. Oh mate, I really feel sorry for you with that. That is dumb. That really is dumb. The giant Andy, how is the pie? It's pretty standard. The pie is just, it's all right. It's doing the breakfast thing. It's pretty cold, to be fair. Jizu looks similar to the way some diesel injectors are plumbed. Probably just needs the valve cover removed. What's the picture of that cover off? Looks interesting. What are those pipes? Jim Haynes, I can't imagine how much those American parts cost there with shipping and dollar exchange and import taxes. Well, if you can go buy complete motors, there's some crate motors there, and there's a few of them actually. I mean, and they're only on the other side of a piece of glass, which is, I think, quite surprising for Christchurch, to be fair, because it's not the best place. I think the cheapest one was about $25,000, and the most expensive one, I think we saw one for $45,000. So a lot of money, a hell of a lot of money, really. John Wire looks like Spaghetti Junction to me. Igos. Jizu, they are on the underside of the head. Valve cover is not at fault this time. Okay, Jim Haynes, 18 watching, 14 likes, people. It's free. Yeah, you can click the like button for free. It's all good. In fact, the likes have gone down to 13 now, so that's terrible. You're changing your mind about my live stream. Roger Heaps, Jim Haynes, there's a 1997 Crown Vic police car for sale here for $30,000. If that's put in perspective, yeah, they're next to nothing over in the States, aren't they? Jizo, I agree with Andy on this. I goes, the head has to be removed. Is wow. It's just dumb. It really is just dumb. It's like putting a starter motor on the inside of the bell housing on a manual gearbox. Simon, so it's it's $10 for a tungsten hammer. Then you have a motor. No, I'm not doing that, Simon. I'll be in big trouble. Especially on. No. I hear you. It's only in jest. It is, but I hear you. $10. There are a lot of cameras around, by the way, and I'm not talking about the one that I'm just doing my live stream on. There's one just over to my. If I'm looking straight ahead, it's about 2 o'clock to me. Just for your reference. Jim Haynes, Roger Heaps, the same ones. Hang on a minute. Wow. The same ones that go for between $2,000 and $2,000 in the US. Same vehicle. Somebody's making a lot of money out of that. It's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Everything is really expensive here in New Zealand. If you're thinking about coming in to live in New Zealand, it's a great place, don't get me wrong, but man, is it expensive. It is. It's crazy money. House prices are stupid these days. Fuel, stupid. Groceries are ridiculous. And wages haven't caught up. Everybody's struggling. Everybody I speak to is struggling, you know. Quite good. It's not good at all, to be perfectly honest. So what's the rest of my plans for today? Well, I am going back to the hotel after this, and I'm going to edit up the last video I've got in the can, which is me and Ben destroying, deliberately, completely dismembering a current model motorcycle. It's a video that you will not see for many years until my retirement, or at least when my current contract ends. It was good fun. We really enjoyed ourselves doing it. Very sad day as well, to be fair. Haven't done the engine yet. I'm going to do the engine as a separate video. That's still sat on the bench under a bin bag, so you can't see it, because you're not allowed to see it at the moment. But yeah, so I've got that engine to strip completely to nothing. So what I will probably do is do a complete engine strip. I'll buy a lot of gaskets, and then I'll do a second video of the reassembly of that engine at some point in the future, because I think it'll be extremely helpful to many people. And then of course the engine will have to be disposed of. I'm not allowed to keep it. It's got to go for scrap. So I'd have to dismantle it again, and then, you know, damage the parts in a way that they can't be reused. I know it's really extreme, but for that particular bike, it's what has to happen, and there's no arguments. It just has to happen. Now, Jim Haynes, did the public kill the cow fart tax they were trying to push through? I don't know. Roger's probably the best person for that. Roger, if import car less than 40 years old, there's $5,000 dirty air. Is that right now? $5,000. Holy shit, that's ridiculous. Andy, what brought you to New Zealand, and how long have you lived there? Okay, second part first. I came to New Zealand, arrived in New Zealand late January 2009. So I've been here, 14 years? More than 14 years. 2009. Yeah, nearly 15 years. Wow, it's crazy, isn't it? What brought me here? Well, before we left the UK, many years before, over a period of time, bit of pie. Over a period of time, Mrs. Mechanic's family all emigrated to New Zealand. Parents, brother, sister, uncle, you know, they all came across, and she was the last one here in England. And I said to her, one day we will go and live in New Zealand, but the day is not now. We've got our own business in the UK. We've got to focus on that. We've invested a lot of money and time and effort and stuff into that. And so we carried on with that. We pushed it as far as we possibly could. The GFC hit, so during 2008, and we had to make some very tough decisions. We'd already bought the house over in New Zealand. It was on a mortgage. It wasn't paid for outright. And we decided that was the time. We just didn't have enough energy left in us to rebuild the business and make it through that bad time. And I'm so pleased that we made that call. We made the right decision for our family. We got the kids over here into school, and they had the least disruption possible. You know, it worked out really well. So it was hard. It really is hard moving countries, just uplifting your family from one country to another, other side of the world, with really quite little planning. And we didn't go and live in the house that we bought. We had to live around the Auckland area, because that's where the work was. It was tough. The first few years were really tough. I think things only started to stabilise really once I started working at Unitech as a lecturer. That was a few years in. I enjoyed that, passing on my knowledge to the students and preparing them for industry and working as mechanics in the car industry. And I had no formal qualification in teaching, but I really enjoyed it, and that's what got me started doing the videos. And realistically, I think if I hadn't had that job, there's a very good chance that the Andy Mechanic YouTube channel would never have existed. Simple as that, really. And then, of course, I left Unitech after 5 years. I was offered a position with my current employer, which is one of the major motorcycle ATV and ROV importers to New Zealand, and I do all the service support. It's a big job, a lot more hours than what it was when I was teaching, but I tend to work pretty autonomously. I'm on my own an awful lot of the time, to be fair. I really am. It's a bizarre job, it really is, and I think it's the kind of job that requires quite a large skill set. I'm not talking the technical skill set. Yes, of course, that's part of it. But there's an awful lot more to it than that. You know, you're away from home a lot of the time, and if you've got young kids, there's no way you would ever take a job on like this. You just wouldn't. You're just not really part of your family anymore. For weeks, if not months on end, sometimes it's just ridiculous. But it's just the way it is. Now then, where do we get to? So hopefully that's answered your question for you. Roger Heaps, no Jim, New Zealand public don't have guns. We've mentioned that word now, it's probably going to get blacklisted by YouTube. Thanks, Roger. Jim Haynes, Roger Heaps, so they tax you on a newer cars that are cleaner, but not on older cars. Makes perfect sense to me. Man, they tax you on everything. Just everything you want to do, they just tax you. And they tax you on tax. It's just mental. It really is. It's bad. It's really bad. But hey, you just got to earn more money, right? Simple as that. Bring more in, and then you give more away. But as long as there's a little bit left for me, I don't worry about money so much. It's only when it runs out it becomes a problem. If there's still some money in the bank, everything's good. Must be doing something right. Okay, I think I've run out of comments. So yes, as I was saying, my plan is to go and edit that video, and then at 4 o'clock, so I'm going to head back into Christchurch, because where I'm staying is just outside the centre. It's a nice place, to be fair. I'm going to go on, I think it's called the Hockenheimer or something movie. It's about a nuclear thingamajig. Oh, hang on, I've got another picture. No, it's still not showing on there. No. There we go. Eyeglass of Ross. Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, that's just silly. Look at that. That's on the underside of the head. Man, who would do that? I'm an engineer. I'm going to cause havoc to all the mechanics in the world. Jeez, thanks, Igor. That's definitely helped us to understand what's going on there. No. Stupid idea. Now then, where we get? So yes, the movie. Hang on, bear with me. I've got a picture of I took a screenshot of the. Ooh, get rid of that. Of the picture. Bear with me. It is. Yes. Oh, hang on. Oppenheimer. So it's showing at 4 o'clock today. So I'm going to go and see that. It's a really long movie, I'm told. And it's almost more about. It's more like a documentary as well. The way it's filmed, I think, from what I've read. That should be pretty cool. Should break up a few hours and then back to the hotel. Put the telly on, and that'll be the end of the day. And then it all starts again tomorrow. And I'll leave the video to upload while I'm at the movies, so that'll be on the channel, hiding away. And there's probably, once that one's gone up, there's probably around about 100 videos that are already on the channel on stuff that I'm not allowed to release at the moment, obviously, which I'm quite happy with. It's just the way it is. But when the opportunities come along of particular diagnosis and diagnostics and bits and pieces, it's really important that I make those videos when I can, and then at least people can benefit from those further down the line when I'm allowed to let the video go public. You know, so yeah, it's a bit of work for now, but it's for the future. It's an investment for the future. Hang on, Simon. Never a more true thing. Someone with no formal qualifications who loves doing a job will be far better than someone qualified who does it for the money. I really enjoyed teaching. I learned a lot about how to teach and how to present things, and to see things from other people's perspective as well. It was quite an eye-opener. You know, I see things in a certain way, and not everybody's like me. Jim Haynes, remember the old Beatles song about the taxman that rings true today as you live it. Yeah. Dave 123, Oppenheimer, good movie about the guy who built the atomic bomb. Yeah, very pinnacle point in history was that. Simon, Oppenheimer is very long-winded. Thanks, Simon. I'll make sure I've got some popcorn. Okay, crew, what are we up to? Oh, we've done an hour. I think an hour is enough for a road live stream, to be fair. I don't really want another cigarette. I'm trying to slow down on the old cigarettes these days. I found that while I'm on the road, a packet of cigarettes normally lasts me about 4 days now. So 2 packs is more than a week, which is really good. If I can get down to a pack a week, I'll be even happier. But anyway, such is life. And they're really expensive. They're like $42 a packet now. Absolutely mental. Again, another example of tax, right? So, I think we're about there. Any more questions? No, we're all good. Okay, crew. Well, listen, really appreciate you joining me on this very narrow little live stream. I will endeavour to try and get the problem sorted out for next time round. Enjoy the next episode, if you've not already watched it, of the Triumph saga. And of course, keep your eyes peeled for the next one that will go out probably maybe Friday of next week. On my last day, I'll probably release that. So it'll probably go out on maybe Thursday night or Friday night, New Zealand time. Usually about 10 o'clock. I usually let them go New Zealand time. So have a watch that. Stu's a really interesting character and extremely knowledgeable. And again, I'm really grateful for him sharing his knowledge. He did pick up on a few more faults that I had missed, which is the whole reason why I got him to check out those parts. But all the bits and pieces that I'd condemned, he also condemned, so I was quite pleased about that. But I've already started to compile the parts list. I haven't had time to finish it. It's extremely long, and it's going to cost Alan quite a lot of money for parts, I believe. But once we've finalised the parts list in a few weeks, then it's over to Alan to source everything, and then once it all turns up, we'll get all the parts down to Invercargill. And then Stu and myself will reassemble the engine, the gearbox side of it, and the primary drive. One thing that did come up on the comments that I'd like to mention actually is the primary drive chain. The original chain does not have a split link in it. Now, I've been advised we should replace the primary drive chain. We are going to be replacing the clutch basket anyway, which has the driven sprocket on it. Rosses has the driven sprocket on it, so of course realistically we should be changing the chain anyway because of that. So we're going to go for a link, you know, a solid chain, one that hasn't got a split link in it, just to put it back to standard. Okay, crew, listen, thank you very much for watching. Appreciate all your support and you spending time to listen to me waffling on here in Christchurch. It's great to have the company while I'm on the road, and like I say, thank you for all your support. It is much appreciated. All right, crew, take care of yourselves. Cheers now. Over and out.